20 maybe to get here and earn some extra money for the holiday season. Special congratulations to Peter G, who was the overall winner, taking home 3,000. He won the gold. And then obviously, Sasson A, as Tony refers to as the assassin. I don't know how that happens, but it's the assassin came out of nowhere and decided to come in second. And Karen D finishing in third, and obviously a lot of other folks. Listen, we have a special guest on here tonight that you're going to hear that was on the leaderboard, and there's a little lightning bolt next to her name, meaning that she was not on the leaderboard until the last week. And that's how amazing this is. So, Tony, what do we got cooking now? Because that was last month. We closed it out and then we launched the Spring Ahead promotion. The difference between the last promotion and this promotion, if you're new, is everyone can win week to week. It resets. It's a weekly leaderboard and it starts on Monday at midnight on Sunday night. At 12:01 it starts and it goes all the way till midnight on Sunday. So it's a full week this week. We're only in day two. And believe it or not, Tony actually has the up to date as of literally like an hour ago where that stands. But just know this is the first week that we did, right? This was the actual winners for last week because that finished on Sunday. So congratulations to Joseph S. Mohammed and Tori for winning first, second, and third. Another extra 500, 300, and 200, right? And then obviously there's cash awards for the top 10 for anyone that makes it. And so here we are. We are fresh. If you see your name, if you're on this call and you see your name, congratulations. Give yourself a nice shout out. Throw a star up, whatever you guys want to do, an emoji, whatever. But Mohammed is now your front runner. And Mohammed, by the way, came in second, I think, last week, right? So Muhammad is making things happen. Come on, Muhammad. Listen, if Muhammad's not on this call tonight, someone who knows Muhammad, get him on this call because he's a superstar. And obviously, Tori is also another superstar. Every day on my customer report, I wake up and every couple hours, I'm like, Tori B signs up a customer. Tori B is amazing. And probably, by the way, making some really good money, by the way, with this promotion that we have going on, an extra $25 for every autosave customer. Some people on this list right here that you're seeing are making hundreds and hundreds of extra dollars per day. That's an amazing opportunity that we have all to share with as many people as possible. But please, Ralph W. coming in third. But if you see your name on this list, it's anyone's game. You have till midnight on Sunday to qualify for the top prizes. So congratulations, everybody. What
Yeah,
do we got?
Brendan, it's amazing how fast this is changing just from like last night to this morning to this afternoon. And then I did it again at 8 o'clock. There's like six new people on here that were not even on the list from 12 o'clock today to 8 o'clock. So it's literally anybody's game. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got a long runway for this with many weeks. So everybody can win. You can keep winning every single week, which is phenomenal. So love
Yeah.
it.
And by the way, the first week that we had was a short week. It was Wednesday to Sunday. But the difference between first and 10th was less than like 7 meters. It's that close.
Yep.
So really every meter does count on these promotions. I can promise you that. And obviously we now know that 10 people, obviously, because we finished the first week, are automatically in that first raffle. Because that first raffle is only going to be if you made it to the leaderboard in the top 10. You'll be in an elite raffle that you'll have a 1 in 50 chance. And if you make it to the leaderboard a couple times, your chances will increase to win $1,500 raffle. And then anyone else in the company that puts a meter in, I don't care where you put it in, just if you put in just 1 meter, you're in the raffle. And right now there's 200 and what, 74? Is that right now?
Yep.
274 unique people that put a meter in, which will qualify for that raffle. That'll be exciting. And then obviously, you can see on this leaderboard there's still so many slots left, right? We want to celebrate every time someone hits a leaderboard and gets on there. So congratulations to everyone, and we look forward to seeing you on week 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the future.
It'll be
So
a lot of fun. There, the cool thing about this is like if you look and say, well, okay, Muhammad is at the top of the list this week right now, and he finished second last week. Well, if he finishes in the top 10, he'll get 2 raffle tickets for this. So you can actually get up to 5 raffle tickets if you keep placing in the top 10 each week. So $1,500 is no joke. That's going to be on the Empower Hour call on May 4th. So very exciting there. So Brendan, I'll just finish up here and
Yeah.
just go through these and buzz through. You know, in Texas, you guys, if you're not aware of the promotions, major amount of money here, an extra $50 for every customer that comes in. So it's $70 per customer in the state of Texas combined with the regular cab. This goes all the way through June 30th. Massive runway to make a lot of money. Company's going to be paying out more money this quarter than they've ever paid in any quarter because of all of these promotions that we have, plus the $50 bonuses in Maryland and New Jersey for bringing in low and moderate income customers. That's on top of the 35 that you already get for bringing those customers in. So you're talking $85 a customer. It's the simplest enrollment that we have there. It goes right on the electric bill. I mean, you don't have to put any payment information in, just sign up. It takes 2 or 3 minutes to sign up. You're done. And, you know, then you get 20 years of savings for the customer and you get paid $85 per customer. I mean, go put 10 customers in. That's $850. It's amazing what we have. And then in all of our autosave markets, this accelerator that's gone from a 1 day all the way through now a 90-day promotion, $25 for band 1 customers on top of the 20 you already get. So that's $45. And then $50 on top of the 20 for band 2 and above customers. So that's $70. So now autosave is no longer $20 a customer for the next, you know, all the way through June 30th, basically 90 days. You're talking $45 to $70 per customer in autosave markets, all autosave markets. You just have to enroll them. So again, this is why the company's going to be paying out more money than they've ever paid out. It all feeds into what's going on with the Back to the Future promotion as well. Getting these 500 customer increments, getting growth credits. As customers come in, you get a growth credit. And like in Texas, you get another growth credit when they connect a smart thermostat. So 2 available in Texas. Every 500, you're talking $5,000. You have all the way till July 15th for this promotion, and up to $50,000 can be awarded on stage. We already have people who've won this promotion. We have who've already hit the first $5,000. We have several others that are on the way to doing it right now. And there's going to be a lot of rewards that go out for this. And finally, before we get to some of our special guests, the incentive trip that we have going on, we now have a lot more clarity as far as where it's going to be, the Baja Mar Resort. Guys, go look it up. It's a 5-star resort. I played a video, 2-minute video of somebody flying a drone through it. You can find it on YouTube. It was incredible. It's like, what a beautiful place to go do that. So go look up Baja Mar drone view and watch the video. It's really cool. This is going to be October 25th to 28th. The promotion period is right now, started February 1st, goes through August 31st. And now you can, all of those growth credits that you're getting for the Back to the Future promotion between now and July 15th, they're all going to count toward this trip as well. So you're getting credits for both. You're getting growth credits and trip credits. So you have to go out, go look at all the rules that we have and everything. You just need to go out, and you and your team go out and get some customers. That's the key. You need to start a new line to build this. You have to have it. You can't just be you getting all the customers for the trip. Okay, which you can do in the Back to the Future. But in the trip, you need to help build a team and help them go and get customers as well as you going and getting customers. So this is going to be, I think this is going to be the best trip we've ever had. This is just amazing, the place and what they've put on the table for this. And we'll get more and more updates as we go. So really excited about that, everybody. So Brendan, anything else that we need to add before we move on?
Let's get rocking. This is
Wait, Tony and Brendan, let me ask you guys a question. Have you ever seen a promotion like this where it's kind of unlimited, right? It's $25 a customer for the next 90 days, right? 3 months, right? It's up to us, the field, how much this promotion is going to pay out, right? If we bring on 10,000 customers, it's going to pay out 250,000. If we bring on 50,000 customers, it's going to bring on over $1 million in promotional pay, right? Tony, have you ever seen a promotion like that?
It's amazing. You know, the long-term nature of it is the thing that's so interesting about this promotion is the dollars are great when in autosave, you're getting paid 125% to 250% more than we were a week ago. So that's incredible right out of the gate. That would be amazing if it was a 1 day or 1 week or 2 week or 1 month. But when you're talking about 3 months, this is a massive open runway to go recruit new people onto your team and just hit the ground running. Like you said, Jim, I've I don't think I've seen anything that long term where they're paying out a bonus on every single customer that comes in. No shade, no breakage. It's just getting paid out. So it's amazing what we have our hands on right now.
Yeah, crazy.
Absolutely. So
let's break the bank.
that's exactly what we all need to do for sure. Well, I know we have some special guests on here tonight. We're going to be hearing from some people who are out in the field making things happen. And I'd like to bring on our first guest here. Let me see if I can find them. I think that I've found them, and I'm going to ask them to unmute. Chuck and Jamie, are you there? And can you hear us? And let's see if we can hear you.
Hi, Tony.
Hi.
Hey, all right, you guys made it. Fantastic. Well, we appreciate you being on. I appreciate you taking some time out of your schedule here. I know you have a busy family life and everything that's going on with work and everything else, but and I know that you're not people that like to be in the spotlight, so to speak, but we appreciate you. I knew you'd get a kick out of that too. But we appreciate you allowing us to highlight you because you've been doing some great things with the company. So if you could right now, just tell us a little bit about yourselves, your names, where you're from, where a little bit maybe about your family and why you're so excited about Think.
Well, my name is Charles Jackson, and my wife is Jamie Jackson. We're from Texas. We got involved in this business a little over a month ago. What is it, about 32 days ago, something like that? 31?
Yesterday made a month.
Oh, okay. Yesterday made a month then. Stand corrected. So we were with a previous company for 17 years. And we had customers and we had all of the aspects and understanding. And when this was brought to us, my wife was going through her cancer journey, medicine, all of the situations that go along with that. And it was brought to us a few different times. And in that scenario, it just wasn't the right time for us. And anyways, when this was finally brought to us again, we reached out and talked to my mom, found out that she was signed up in the business, and we decided to go with her. But in that decision, my wife took about 2 weeks, I think it was, of praying about it. And she told God real simple. She said, we've done all kinds of things without you. We ain't doing nothing else without you from now on. So you're going to give me a direction. You're going to give me an understanding. And in that process, God led her to make the decision to get started. And Tony, I tell you what, I am very thankful that God led her to that decision because she started this business the first couple of days like her hair was on fire. And we had a few days where everything was kind of shut down for a little bit.
Yeah.
Some things happened, go on.
A little bit of hiccups.
Yeah. And my wife decided to buckle down, get her focus going. And she ran the regional in 26 or 27 days. And so when she did that, Tony, this house couldn't contain her. She was jumping up and down. She was screaming. She was excited. Now, I tell you what, to see the smile on her face that came along with that accomplishment, and it was a team effort because I know that she was ringing your phone, she was ringing Sam's phone. And I would just want to tell you and Sam Miller both, thank you for helping her accomplish this because it has been a true joy. Now, I'm going to let her talk in 1 second, but I do want to brag on her for just a second. I came home from work one day and I'd worked a Saturday, worked a whole weekend, but I'd worked that Saturday. And I came home and she just looked like she had been to hell in a handbasket, wore out, just tired, exhausted, beat up. And I said, babe, what is going on? Are you okay? And she looks at me and she goes, yeah, I think I've contacted like 75 or 100 people today. And I've had to charge my phone 7 times. I said, what? I said, but you're okay. She said, yeah, I'm okay. I'm just a little tired. I thought to myself, yeah, you must have been on the phone since I left for work this morning at 5 o'clock. So I'll stop hogging it and I'll let her tell her version of it.
So I joined this business because of what it stood for. I'm a child of faith and I'm a big believer in God. And I really care about people, even though they're customers. Um, I'm very passionate about my customers, 100%. To me, they're not just a paycheck. I love being able to go in people's homes and make something better for them, not sell a widget or a gadget or a product where they have to spend more money, but actually show them how they can save money to take the family out for dinner or, add the extra $50 to groceries or whatever it may be. So that's why I prayed on it for about 2 weeks because I really wanted to make sure what I was reading was really about customers because that was very important to me. And so once I got my answer, I just told God, I said, every day, Lord, I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna tell you, okay, Lord, what are we gonna do today? How are we gonna be creative to grow this business? Because everywhere I go, every phone call I make, every text message I send, I ask him to come with me. And I actually say that verbally out loud.
Fantastic. I
Tony,
love that testimony. Absolutely.
there's one thing that we determined with ourselves. I've done broke, and well, I've never been a millionaire yet. I think my wife's on track to try to change that. Okay, but the point is I've done broke and I've done decent. Okay, um, and there's never far enough away from broke. And I'll give you, there's no amount of money to put you far enough away from broke. And I'll give you a prime example. Before the summers hit down here, I know you're up in the Northeast, so y'all deal with the winters, but we deal with the summers pretty brutally. And we have the AC guy come out and do inspections every year right before summer starts. And Tony, he walks up. Now I've got two ACs on my house. He walks up to my 5-ton system with my wife and he reaches his finger out to the coil. And when he touches it, it starts crumbling under his finger. And he says, well, I think you need to replace this. Well, somebody in our government decided to do away with the system that we currently have. And they said you have to replace the outside, the inside, everything in between. So $20,000 later, I have AC people coming tomorrow. So if you're not in a position to be ready for an inspection to turn into something like that, along with and we're just talking about everyday normal, 90% of people on the call, I would assume, would have some type of AC system. If you're not in a position to deal with that, that's going to come about, are you really far enough away from broke? So that's one of our motivating, driving factors. We got one shot at this life, and we want to help as many people as we can get as far away from broke as they possibly can.
Phenomenal. That is a great place to be. It's an incredible testimony. You know, what I'd love to hear you share is because I know your passion is to help people and help them save money, help them make good decisions with their electricity and to shepherd them. Tell how are you two, especially Jamie, because I know, Chuck, I know you're busy. You're in the oil industry. You've done a lot of work in that industry. I know that from talking to you. But how are you gathering your customers? What are you saying to people and how are you getting them to say, yes, Jamie and Chuck, we want to be your customer? What are you doing?
Okay, well, first I'd like to share something with y'all before I get into that. Everybody has an opinion, okay? Good, bad, or indifferent. And I learned a long time ago, people's opinions don't pay my bills, okay? So with that being said, it's a mind shift. It's a mindset. When you get it in your bones and you have passion, your passion comes out through the phone. Your passion comes out through your face. Your passion comes out to connect people. So how I'm gathering those people is just being me and genuine, but asking them, hey, would you like to see if I can save you some money? I just ask them to send me a copy of their bill. Some of my new people, I'm teaching them to kind of take the pressure off of them because they've never done network marketing before. I just tell them, I say, tell people you've joined a new side hustle and it has to do with electricity. And would they be kind enough to send you a copy of their bill so that way you can practice on doing the analysis on the bill? That way you get good at it. And so these people are sending bills over for my EAs to practice. And we followed up with, thank you for letting me practice, but I wanted to let you know that we can save you da amount of money. Would you be interested in learning more?
Tony, I'll tell you this, and I know I brag on my wife a lot, but I'm super proud of her. I got home today about 5 o'clock. She had been on the phone. Well, I got home today about 6 o'clock. Sorry. She had been on the phone since 5 o'clock. She literally got off the phone, I think 15 to 20 minutes before this call. She scarfed down some food and she got
Standing in the
ready,
kitchen.
standing in the kitchen and got ready for this call. But the reason she was on the phone with one EA that just signed up in the business yesterday. And she was going through, and this lady was reaching out to customers of hers because she owns her own business and people that she knows. And Jamie was coaching her through that process over 8 or 10 or 15, something, say 10 or 15 different contacts that she was reaching out to, and she was helping the repetition. And these are people that she does business with, her friends, her sons, her son's friends. She's reaching out to them, and she was literally using, and I can't tell you how many electric bills that she was then sending, because she don't even know how to do an analysis yet, Tony. My wife has not taught her how to do the analysis because that's not the important part yet. The important part is getting her a couple of customers to get her started on her first day. Well, second day, excuse me. So with that, we're going to teach her to do the analysis. We're going to teach her down here that all of these companies have come up with all of these crazy plans where they're charging 30 cents a kilowatt and giving you free nights of, using 1,500 kilowatts and giving you 300 back, and they're still charging you $700 more than what they're doing us. We're charging over a year's plan. My point that I'm getting at is one of those bills that came back that she was just practicing. She was going to save the guy $99.62 a month based on his March bill. Okay. And March is a cool month down here. So the point I'm getting at is she takes the time to invest in them, get them started with it, let them practice. And then we start teaching them about how to do the math on the bill, because doing the math on the bill is real simple. Now, don't get me wrong, it can get complicated, but just keeping it nuts and bolts. It's the simpler part. Getting them comfortable to talk to people, getting them out of their comfort zone to say, hey, help me practice. Your friends and people they're willing to let you practice. And then what, honey?
And then you just let them know, as a little side note, of what they could save. And that right there, that alleviates the new EA, or even, seasoned EA, okay, that may be struggling to get customers, and the person that they're talking to. Okay. It doesn't come across like you're trying to sell them something or you're going to bother them, or it's just an in that makes life a little easier for somebody, that's never done something like this or struggling to get their wording correctly. But other than that, I just basically, I learned a long time ago, never to be afraid of a no. Okay. I've been being told no since I was a toddler. Yeah. I mean, so everybody that I run across, I simply ask, hey, are you happy with your electric company? Are you happy with your bill? And if they say no, then I'm like, excellent. Here's my phone number. Would you send me a copy of your bill and let me do a free cost analysis for you? That's all I've been doing, and following up, because people are busy. That's the main key. If you ask somebody for their bill and they're like, oh yeah, I'll get it to you, and 2 or 3 days pass by, just resend them a message of say, hey, I'm just checking back in with you. Are you still interested? Because people get busy, they get home with their kids, so forth and so on, and they forget. They forget till they have to pay the bill.
I'll give you a prime example. My wife, she wasn't in the business 2 days. I think she was signed up in the business 2 days. She goes to her nail salon that she's been going to for 15 years. Now, her nails and all of that other stuff, especially prior to cancer, Tony, I ain't even going to talk about the amount of money she spent in that place, okay? I'd probably be a millionaire if it wasn't for her going in there. Point being, She goes to the lady and she's become the owner is the one that's done her nails for the last 15 years. In this process, she goes to her and gets her bill and does on a commercial account, and it's going to save her $8,000. Now that's just based off of a winter bill. Okay, so we don't know what it's going to be during the summer. All we can tell them is based off of this bill. If you don't use any more kilowatts, you use the exact same, which everybody down here in Texas knows when it comes to be summertime, you're going to use more. But we can't promise that because we don't know. But based on that bill, based on this kilowatt usage, based on the price, $8,000. She had a $1,600 cancellation fee. She handed my wife the credit card and said, here, cancel it. As she's doing that, the lady's nails that are being done looks at my wife and says, what are you doing?
She said, are you talking about electricity? I said, yes, ma'am, I sure am. And she goes, she starts counting on her fingers. And I'm like, okay. She goes, I have about 8 accounts.
8 meters.
8 meters that I need you to look at for me. I said, oh, absolutely. I stuck my hand out. I said, hi, my name's Jamie, and you are?
I love it. It's just incredible what you guys are doing. So you guys, it's you put on a little clinic here. You've given us everything we need to know about how to do business in the state of Texas. And so congratulations on everything that you're doing, on your successes, and can't wait for the money to roll in. I know you got a big paycheck coming up with all your bonuses and promotions and fast thinker bonus and all the money from all the customers that you've been bringing in. So congratulations on your success. And we really appreciate you taking some time to share your story with everyone here tonight.
Well, Tony, I want to tell you one thing before we go. This would not have been possible. I don't care how hard we worked or what we did. This would not have been possible without you and Sam investing in us. So I heard a long time ago, 2 things. One, we as EAs have to meet people where they're at in their life. But 2, success comes from the top. And so we would not have been able to achieve what we have achieved if it wouldn't have been for the leaders in our organization being you and Sam. So we can't take this credit without first saying God was in the midst of it, and Sam was in the midst of it, and Tony was in the midst of it. Yeah. Because without that, we're just Chuck and Jamie. That's all we are.
I love it. Well, we'll run with you, and we want to thank you as well. And Sam is just a great leader, making things happen. So keep following in his footsteps as well, and everybody will follow you from there. So again, thank you guys for being on with us tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Appreciate it. I'm going to bring on our buddy Kirk Coran here, regional partner with the company here. Kirk, are you on? There you are.
I'm here, man. Wow. That was a clinic is an understatement. Chuck and I are going to be good friends. I love that guy already. It's awesome.
All right. Well, Kirk, I'm going to turn it over to you so you can bring on our next featured guest tonight.
Yeah, that was powerful. Well, I have the privilege of bringing on 2 separate guests here tonight, and I'm going to start off with a gentleman out of Pennsylvania, Tony, if you can find Mr. Dwayne Anderson.
Just unmuted myself.
All right, where you at? There you are. Hey, Dwayne.
Hey, Kurt.
Thanks for hopping on here, brother. Appreciate it. So, yeah, let's start off the same way. Give everybody a little bit of your background and how you heard about this opportunity.
Well, I've been working this energy business for about 12 to 13 years. I originally started out just doing commercial, and it's taken off from there. But I live in central Pennsylvania, kind of in Amish country. I've actually tried to sell electricity to the Amish, and I'm going to get it one day. There's a few accounts out there. I will find them. Yeah, I started out doing this energy business as kind of like a hobby or side thing because I also have my own small business. It's a service oriented business. So it's in customers' homes with a floor care, whether it's carpet cleaning or hard surface restoration or maybe even upholstery cleaning. So I'm in a lot of customers' homes for 16 years now, and I've built up a large base of customers that way. And many of those customers have become my energy customers. But I believe what worked good for me was the fact that I started in commercial. We were given a platform, an iPad. We would go out and visit with a small business owner and get a copy of their bill, and we could do the enrollment right online, and we made $10. And I learned later on that there's a lot more money to be made in the business. And what I did find out after visiting with many commercial customers was many of them say, thank you for helping me with my business. Now here's my home bill. It's more than my business electric bill. Can you help me there too? So, originally we didn't have anything. And then eventually we did have some opportunity to sell residential. And so that's for me where it started many years ago. Before I got into the multi-level marketing of this, I had already had, probably 1,000 accounts under contract.
Gotcha. Well, you're putting them in. You're up there on the leaderboard. Congratulations for that. You fast-tracked to regional energy advisor. I know you're on your way to the next rank. Where do you see this going for you? What are you most excited about with this company?
Well, I'm going to continue to work this business. It makes my life easier, partnering up with customers that I'm already doing business with. I've learned in this business to continue to ask for referrals, and the bulk of my new customers today come from referrals and renewing existing customers. And it doesn't really feel like a job when these become relationships that you've had with business owners and individuals in your community, and the vast majority of my customers are within a 5-mile radius of my house. It taught me a lot just going out on the streets just for 1 year, knocking on a lot of commercial doors, and this is actually reaped a lot of benefits, where we're at today because of that hard work back then. And I encourage everybody to don't walk past, your favorite pizza shop or your barber shop, your mechanic. If you're their customer, they should become your customer. Then you can help them with their home, you can help them with their business and get their referrals, and, give it time. It'll continue to build and build. And, it's very rewarding. I've signed up many customers on I-95 on my way to Florida on vacation.
I was just going to say, I'm pretty sure you actually went on vacation and still fast thinker to regional energy advisor. I remember you saying you were going to Disney and you still got it done. But, a recurring theme here is referrals. I hope everybody's listening to the folks that we've had on here tonight so far. Referrals is a big deal, and doing business with people who do business with you. I know you're in PA, and are you excited about the battery program coming?
Oh, absolutely. I can see into the future. I think this is a great opportunity. I've repped for 75, 80 different other energy companies over the years, and nobody's offered anything like this. This is a whole game changer for, where I think we're headed with this, between that and the community solar and the smart thermostats. The tools that we have and the products that we have to offer to these customers right now is the best I've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree. So with that being said, a common question I get is, when somebody asks you what's the rate, how do you handle that with AutoSave? You're putting in a lot of customers. I got to believe you get that question from time to time. So how do you address that?
Well, I'm my own worst customer. I'm not even in Think Energy Plus yet, because I'm riding out my old contract paying 10% more than the utilities rate right now. It's the best rate offer they had when I renewed just before I joined this company, which was back in February 10th. So when somebody asks me the rate, be honest with them. The rate's going to continue to change. You don't have a fixed rate from your utility company. That's a variable rate. It's going to change multiple times a year. I said it's a gamble to stay with them, and I said, are they giving you any kind of a discount by staying with them? They're not. You know, they could care less, just pay your bill or they shut your electric off. You know, with us, we're their advisor. We can look at their bill. We can tell them that, you know, I've recommended energy audits to customers who their usage is sky high for just, you know, maybe a single parent and one child or something. There's a lot I've learned over the years, and, you know, just visiting each customer, looking at their bill in 5 minutes, you know, they believe in us because, you know, we're an expert at reading the bills and pointing something out to a customer. Last week, I had an amazing experience. More rewarding than getting paid was one of my commercial customers. I asked for an invitation to come in and speak to all their employees. They were having a team meeting, and there was 25 employees in the room at one time. And after the other speaker left, it was my turn. And I shared with them this program. You know, I said, you know, I have the other ones still available, but this is the one I would highly recommend getting into now. I've never seen anything like it. And when I was done speaking, one of the gentlemen brought his bill in, and within 5-minute phone call, I helped him drop his rate by 70%.
Wow.
70%. He was in a high variable rate contract with a supplier I've never heard of. He had no idea how he got into it. He had no idea how to get out of it. And as an energy advisor, you know, we know the simple solution to that, how to cancel it and help them save money. And that's very rewarding.
No doubt. That's awesome. Well, I appreciate you hopping on here. Is there anybody you want to thank or recognize before we get on to our next guest?
No, but I believe in a lot of the people that I've heard their personal testimonies, and I think, you know, one thing I can add to that is, you know, recommend people joining clubs. I belong to the Rotary Club. It's, you know, it's a great club. It's many of the members in our club have become my energy customer and, you know, trusted us. And, you know, the same thing's true if you go to church, you know, you want to help people. And this is, you know, you don't feel awkward. You're not selling them, you know, something that you have to keep inventoried at your house. This is just something that, you know, it doesn't cost them anything and it saves them money. And, you know, I think the people that make it in this industry just have a good heart and want to help people, or at least have a change of mindset and see how this can help people and really can dive into it and find success with it and enjoy it along the way.
Awesome. Dwayne, we appreciate you. Thanks for hopping on here and look forward to your continued success. And, you know, I will add that, you know, I've been in this industry for 17 years myself and happen to know for a fact that not only do Amish, you know, some of them use electricity secretly, but they like to make money. Some of them have become pretty decent advisors as long as they can get through the certifications and all that stuff that we have now.
Right.
So good luck to you on that.
All right. Appreciate that. I'm on a mission.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank
All
you.
right. So we'll end the night, I guess, right, Brendan, with one of our other powerhouses that has been tearing up the leaderboard chart in big ways. Miss Linda Washington, is she here?
Oh yeah.
I am here,
Hey, Linda, how are you?
doing great. Let the church say amen. Those
Yeah.
sermons were
Amen.
powerful.
Amen.
Pastor communion and the offering plate. That was
Yeah.
some good stuff.
Oh, yeah. This is a great call tonight. I mean, very powerful, and I know you have a lot to add as well. If you want, please start off with giving everybody a little bit of your background. I think it's an amazing story that you have, and I think it'll go a long way for people to hear that.
Okay, great. Well, good evening to everyone, and thank you for being on the call. And this has been an incredible journey here, just listening to the stories from the people. But me, myself, I started out in corporate America. Actually, I started my degrees are chemistry, math, music, computer science, and information technology. I started out as a chemist and eventually got into IT, teaching programming, and my best job in corporate America was automating the American embassies all over the world. I've been in most embassies. My territory was Africa, Asia, the Middle East, Canada, South America. And, I was putting in network systems and computer systems when there was no internet. We were the internet, dating myself here. But I spent 33 years in corporate America and shattered the glass ceiling for a little Black girl like me who was able to make it to the top and work for multiple billion-dollar companies throughout my career, such as IBM, Hewlett Packard, Digital Equipment Corporation, and Wang, to say a few. But I have always had a side hustle. I started playing the piano when I was 4. My first side hustle was playing for church when I was 6 years old, and I've been doing that ever since. So music ministry is something that I do. I'm a fitness consultant. I've been teaching fitness for 40 years, and I'm still doing that today and motivating seniors. I was in a car accident where I broke 10 bones on one side, broke both my legs, and I spent 9 days in the hospital after being medevac there, and 2.5 months in rehab, learning how to walk all over again at a time when I was playing golf, competitive tennis. They brought the trophy to the hospital. We won. And just teaching 4 to 5 classes a day, in addition to all of the stuff that I was doing. So I learned early on in the Bible that one verse, Ecclesiastes 11:2, that says you should have at least 7 or 8 streams of income because you never know what famine may come into the land. And I'm so happy to have been introduced to the energy sector, actually through ACM, but never have I experienced anything like Think Energy. And I'm coming up on my 1-year anniversary. And I'm not where I wanted to be, but I am where I am right now. And trust me, I am climbing my way to partner and can't wait to get there. In the midst of doing what I'm doing now with my corporate accounts, I'm helping my teammates to do what I do. I lead by example. I am a trend setter. Okay. And, but don't get me wrong, I follow. I believe in being a team player and making sure that my team is motivated and I'm there for them, whatever they need me to do.
Well, you are a incredible leader, a fierce competitor. I know that for a fact. Yeah, so what you left out, and I think it's of great value to everyone on here, is where do you live?
Uh, oh, I live in the great state of Georgia, in the city of Atlanta. I'm actually originally from Savannah, Georgia, but I spent 40 years in the DMV area, which is why I have a lot of customers and contacts in Maryland, DC area that I've been tapping into. But I've learned early on after that first dinner meeting with Julius Weems, I saw the vision immediately. Being in corporate America at a time when you didn't make six figures in the 70s and 80s, but that was my life. And to be able to do that now with a company that will afford me the opportunity to do that in 1 month, he got my attention real quick. And I'm in Atlanta where I can't be my own customer. So when people tell me, well, it's not here, it doesn't have to be here. It's not about where you are. It's about where you can reach. Someone knows someone in one of those states. And, I have been able to overcome that boundary. And being in sales most of my life, I don't get a little discouraged until I've gotten at least 7 no's. So no is nothing but a catalyst for me to get to the yes.
Yeah, well, you are definitely putting in the work, and the numbers are popping up like crazy. We keep seeing Linda W everywhere. It's like a billboard in the company now. What would you say? We've got a couple different opinions of people tonight. For somebody who's getting those no's and they're at that point, because it's a roller coaster ride, right? And they're like, I don't know if it's worth it. What would you tell somebody today if they said, I don't know if this is going to work, and how you break through that? Because we're all on this wild journey, and I know that, with your mindset, I mean, all that you've been through and your competitiveness, what would you coach how would you coach somebody right now on that?
Well, again, write the vision and make it plain. Where's it that you want to be? I've had to talk a couple of my leaders off the ledge here in the past couple of weeks. I'm like, do not let me have to put you across my lap and spank you. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hey, I mean, really? Where else are you going to go and get this right now? You're working? Well, guess what? You're going to be able to fire that job real soon. Let's get our plan together. Look at the potential. Look at the potential. It is so much potential, and it's here for the taking. for you to be able to achieve your financial goals, achieve your financial future, have a legacy for your family, have everything taken care of for the children, your grandchildren. Uh, no, it's not an option. As I tell my choir members, excellence is not an option. You know, we're not perfect, but we strive for perfection. We're not where we want to be, but put your eyes on the prize. Write it down. Let's come up with a plan to get there. You know that anything I can do to help you, I'm there. I put myself in the background so that I can help my team members in the foreground to get to where they need to be. And just you just have to remember that, you know, in order for you to get something, you got to reach for it. You have to reach for it. And I said this on one of the other calls. My father said, when you get to the end of your rope, tie your knot and hang on. The best is yet to come. So, you know, you got to stick around and wait for it. How dare you? Quitting is not an option. No, not as long as I'm here.
I believe that. Well, listen, we appreciate you hopping on here. You are amazing. I got one more question for you. Just the highlight, I think. Is it true that you have a few albums out there, some music that people can listen to?
Absolutely. If you go to YouTube, look for Linda Washington. You know, one of the things I was asked to do like 20 some years ago, the president of SCLC, they had a conference in DC and they were looking for someone to put together a 200 voice choir. Well, I was a famous minister of music in the city. I got the call and I put that choir together in 5 weeks with 210 voices. So you'll find recordings out in YouTube. Linda Washington and the Tri-Area Community Choir, Linda Washington, my first solo album, Nothing is Impossible. And I had a fitness television show. You'll see fitness videos out there as well. But yeah, I did 4 albums and I'm in the process of doing another gospel album and a jazz album. That's one of the things that I plan to do. I lost my music producer last year. I lost my jazz producer last year. And you know what? I'm determined to get those 2 projects out. You know, everybody, I lost my significant other also a couple of weeks ago, my pickleball a doubles partner, and we played pickleball almost every day for the last 2 years. That was a very, very sharp blow to me. But, you know, I'm pressing on and I'm continuing to teach children in the afternoon for an after school program for pickleball twice a week while I'm doing everything else. So I'm very passionate about the things that I do, my music, my fitness. I'm passionate about helping people. When in my church, the first thing you had to do was go through a course to figure out what your gifts were, your spiritual gifts. One of my spiritual gifts is that of a giver. I am a genuine giver. I don't give to get. I give because it's the right thing to do and it's who I am. So I'm always giving my time. I'm always trying to pull the best out of someone else. And I always want people to succeed. And if it's anything I can do to help anyone, especially in this energy bill business, with these bills skyrocketing all over the place, hey, I'm here to help you get through that tough time.
Thank you, Linda. You are a true inspiration to everyone. We appreciate you getting on here. And, you know, what I love is knowing how busy you are, all the things you have, all the plates you're spinning, and you find time to build this business. That is amazing. We appreciate you. And, you know, I'll turn it over to the other partners. Thank you for hopping on.
Listen, Linda,
thank you for the opportunity and thank you for having me.
You're a great inspiration to all of us. Listen, my wife had a chance to meet you in Cancun, and when she came back from, so I'm in Norwood, Massachusetts. When we came back, she's a school teacher, and when she was in the break, she was talking about her trip, and then she said, "Yeah, I met this wonderful lady by the name of Linda Washington," and they all said, "Wait, please don't tell me that she's a gospel singer." And she's like, "Oh my gosh, how did you know?" And that's how it came up. And they're like, "My mom, we all have all of her albums." So your reach, by the way, is much greater than you could possibly imagine. And you're in the smallest little town of Norwood where everyone's a big fan of yours. And so thank you for doing everything that you do and being a part of our community, because we are so much stronger with good people like yourself that have that heart that's there to help everybody. And so I'm so excited to continue to get your journey to get to partner. So that's what we're next. But is fun.
That's what's next.
Yeah, well, it's fun watching you on the leaderboard. And listen, there's someone that I invited on the call tonight, for her first time learning about this call. Her name's Diamond Petty. She's our guest speaker next week. And so she's so excited. I know she's been putting stars up. And so the inspiration, inspiration, inspiration. That's what we need to do in this business is help others who are, new and just don't know where to go next. And listening to stories and testimonies like we heard all night tonight with the Jacksons and Dwayne and Linda, you guys this is why we do what we do every Tuesday night, because it is all about you guys. It's never going to be about us. It's always going to be about you and how this is helping you in your lives. So thank you so much. Kirk Coran, you're amazing. Tony, you're amazing interviewer. I love it. Thank you, everybody. We're going to cut it loose because it's been an hour of jam-packed activity. We can't wait to see everyone next week, but obviously finish the week strong. We got a whole week ahead of us till Sunday night. Who's going to be on that leaderboard? Thanks, everybody. Did anyone else want to say a goodbye or any last words?
Nah,
for it,
let's
everybody.
go. It's go time.
Let's go. Thanks, everybody.
Yes.
Have a good night.
Good night.
All right,
Everyone,
bye-bye.
thank you. Goodbye.